Medical professionals, what's a fact about human health you think everyone should know? 1. Unmanaged chronic hypertension causes atrial fibrillation, which results in stroke. 2. Smoking is a huge risk factor for renal cell carcinoma and lung cancer. By the time symptoms develop, there is a high probability they are metastatic. 3. Type 2 diabetes isn't a joke. 4. People who absolutely need sick gains. Consistent use of iron testosterone leads to increased blood viscosity, which contributes to the development of clots and subsequent strokes or pulmonary embolisms. 5. If someone has a seizure, roll them over on their side and call 911. Do not stick anything in their mouth. Dentures suck ass. They really suck. And dental implants are extremely expensive. You're not going to replace all your teeth with implants. Trust me, you're not. Even a setup where you have large bridges and a few implants is going to cost you about $40,000. 60. Save your teeth. Root canals are not mysterious. They're removing infected tissue out of a tooth and placing an inert filling material in its place. It can get reinfected just like a tooth can get infected for the first time. But it's not causing all sorts of zany shit like some show on Netflix claims. Although that your fat ass causes most of your health problems, and your feelings getting hurt doesn't change that fact. One reason we have BMI cutoffs before many of our joint replacement spines is because there's no point to do them otherwise. Also, don't tell us to do everything to keep your 8-year-old multiple comorbidity frail granny alive with no DNR. I bench heavy and have a strong grip. That means her ribs are breaking during chest compressions, and almost all of the time she's still not going to make it. Treat your family with dignity. 99.99999% of healthy food in packages at the grocery store is just advertising. Pick foods that are primary fruits and vegetables and unprocessed whole grains. Added sugar isn't great. Honey and agave instead of sugar is still pretty much just sugar. Processed meats are not great. Meat in general is probably not great. There really isn't any healthy alcohol, sorry about that. Red wine. Pay attention to the carbs on the nutrition label. Healthy ingredients with a bunch of added sugar is just pretend healthy candy. Drink water when thirsty. No soft drinks. No juice. Just plain water. In addition, give water to your kids. Because if they regularly get soft drinks when feeling thirsty, you are conditioning them into connecting thirst with soft drinks. These are the people that will say, I don't like water. Water doesn't taste good. A large proportion of possible health and dietary issues can be prevented by just stick to this simple rule. This of course excludes special dietary needs, but in general it's a good thing. Not a doctor or surgeon or whatever, but worked at a pharmacy. Dose makes poison. Stop overusing medication. Follow the instructions on the goddamn bottle. But it doesn't do enough. Talk with a pharmacist or your doctor. Most people have no idea how their meds work and think just taking more will lead to better results. This can kill you in some cases, and worse, ruin your organs in others. For the love of God, stop fucking around with meds. It won't be fun for anyone when you find out. Humans have a strong need for touch and connection. Touch is a fundamental human need and can be critical for maintaining well-being, as well as providing comfort and improving quality of life. Skin-to-skin contact can have numerous positive effects, including reducing stress hormones, strengthening social bonds, and boosting the immune system. Even the simple act of hugging can release oxytocin, the love hormone, which creates a sense of well-being and connectedness. By the time pre-diabetes progresses to diabetes, over 50 of your pancreatic beta cells, insulin-producing cells, can have burnt out already. They don't come back. Don't brush off a pre-diabetes diagnosis. Even if your doctor keeps saying let's watch it and suggest half-hearted lifestyle changes, ask to see a dietitian or diabetes educator and take care of your one body. Once it fails, and there's no going back. It's just damage control at that point. Having worked at a vet, a majority of cat bites are gonna go septic if untreated. Go to urgent care for antibiotics. Also, obesity in pets is more of a concern than in humans because of differences in body fat distribution. Fat around their organs first and then start gaining a layer of fat under the skin, whereas humans gain a majority of our fat under the skin. This is an oversimplification, but that's the gist of it. Breathing deeply through your nose releases nitric oxide, which is a natural vasodilator. It opens up your vessels and can help reduce blood pressure. When you're tempted to cry during times of stress, let it out. Cortisol, the body's stress hormone, is released in those tears, and your body releases oxytocin and endorphins, feel-good hormones. You're literally venting your stress and decreasing emotional and physical pain by doing so. A lot of people who go to the don't need to be there. If you're sick, drink fields. Rest. Editor's note: for work when you can. Food poisoning. Refer to above. Break a digit that isn't sticking out of the skin. Stabilize ice. And then if you feel like it's needed, see a doctor. Urgent care. A fair amount of things can be handled at urgent care. If it's after hours and it shouldn't wait till morning, then go to the vaginal discharge is normal to a degree. It will vary in amount and consistency depending on cycle. Medications, supplements, and even diet. Wash only with water unless otherwise directed by a medical professional, as many soaps will alter the pH, cause irritation, etc. There are special washes, but usually recommend medical direction to select the correct one for you. Discharge can change the color of your underwear. If you have a ball on your nose or upper lip, don't fucking touch it. It's rare, but can lead to thrombosis in the brain circulation, which is pretty life-endangering. Don't feed newborns honey. Not suitable for infants is an understatement. Spores of the organism that makes Botox poison can be found in some batches of honey, and in infants they can become active again, and you'll get a paralyzed or dead baby. Clearing your throat can make you feel like you need to clear your throat even more. If you find yourself constantly clearing your throat, it may be due to chronic inflammation and irritation. Rule out other sources of irritation like postnasal drip or acid reflux. But if it is due to an irritation loop, you can be seen by a special speech and swallowing therapist to help with the issue. Death is not the worst thing possible. Being tortured with every available option to stay alive while you rot in a bed is worse than death. Stop keeping someone alive who has no quality of life just because you can't let them go. Not being able to move, eat, communicate, etc. is not good quality of life. It's cruel and selfish to make your loved ones suffer like that. Basic care of your body is the most underrated thing. Eat healthy, exercise, and sleep well. Every single one of them are needs, not a luxury. Mental health is real. Please seek help if you have issues. Basic first aid and CPR. How to keep wounds clean and prevent contamination. Also, I really wish all of the medical misinformation out there would go away somehow. Medicine is not a 100% accurate science. You shouldn't expect your professional to know exactly what you have and how to treat it right away. Most of the time, it requires trials, suspicions, to evaluate the risks and benefits of a treatment, etc. Also, people expect to live way longer than they should. Some families would want to keep almost rotten corpses alive. The human body doesn't decide to do anything. You're a meat sack full of dozens of interdependent but independent systems. This is why physical reactions to things don't always make sense from our mind's point of view. Also, we're essentially just built around this thing called the alimentary canal. You're just a long donut with a hole from your mouth to anus. If you go to a hospital and expect for 5 surgeons to be the ones actually taking care of you or running a coating again, medical shows really be giving a false narrative of doctors. And I feel the ones who are performing most of the skills and patient care often looked down upon in real life. Be nice to your nurses, your nurse aides, RT, techs, PT, OT, etc. Our bodies are meant to move. You would be surprised not only how quickly your body adapts to it, but also how just the act of moving can lead to some chronic injuries decrease or even disappear. Now, I'm not saying this is catch-all situation, but doing something is better than nothing, and it will most definitely be better than sitting or lying all day. One of the leading causes of death for young people 18-35 is strep throat. If it heals on its own and you don't get antibiotics, the bacteria infect your heart and cause rheumatic heart disease. This causes your heart valves to fail and requires valve replacement very early in life. Take your antibiotics, people. All of them. Die. Drink plenty of water and limited other beverages. And get 30-60 minutes of exercise, anything that gets you moving and your heart rate up. You can have a tremendous impact on chronic conditions. In many cases, it will impact outcomes as much as, if not more than, medication management. Most people don't breathe properly and subconsciously take shorter breaths. To know your breaths are deeper and full, your belly should expand as your entire lungs fill with air on inhalations. Shorter breaths can be due multiple factors such as stress, which coincidentally can be reduced by taking deeper breaths. Prevent or lessen the burden of diabetes by reducing the overall sugar in your blood, reducing how much insulin your body needs, and preventing insulin resistance overall, the cause of TYP to diabetes. Not a medical professional, but a story. A punch can kill someone. What started as a drunken fight could have you behind bars for manslaughter. Be fucking careful. It's never that serious, because I guarantee that people who start a punch up aren't genuinely looking to kill. You know how in dreams, when you think of yourself falling off a chair, it wakes you up, gives you that sudden jerk feeling. Yeah. That's because your brain thinks you're dead. It is trying to make you survive in any shape or form. So they try to wake you up. The brain is your BFF. Your liver doesn't magically regenerate against all offenses. Yes, it can grow back if part is donated or damaged by trauma, but drinking scars your liver, and that cannot be undone. Alcoholic liver disease is a terrible way to die. Be intentional with drinking, never every day.